Hello everybody and welcome back, and first and foremost I gotta say thank you because yesterday on my birthday you guys were so nice. I put out a video talking about how I'm feeling about the channel and its general direction, and it was received really well by you guys, and I've got to say thank you for that. I was very honest about how I feel about PSVR2 and other content in general, what this job basically means to me and the channel going forward. And the amount of you that gave me well wishes and happy birthdays and just talking about that positively was just fantastic. I think it's probably the most positive comment section I've ever seen in my life, and thank you for that. That was just crazy. And upon reflecting about VR as well, one thing that I kind of ponder on a lot is the idea of a metaverse. One of the things a lot of the corporations nowadays, like Meta for example, are going towards is trying to create a game or app that you can spend time with family and friends in and just kind of hang out and do things, whether that's exploring or riding animals or fishing or trading or mining or building or taking a skiff out to the open ocean, or even just sitting down and chilling and watching a sunset with another person. All of that in VR would be absolutely incredible, and all those things I just listed are possible in No Man's Sky. And it's a very special case because it's possible in VR and out of VR at the same time. Over the past 8 years, No Man's Sky has transformed into a game where almost anything is possible in terms of social interaction. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today.
What is this, man? It is incredibly hexagonal. There are animals that are made out of hexagons. I'm gonna kill it.
Before we do that though, only 25% of you are actually subscribed to the channel, which is a crazy number. If you find yourself here often, please feel free to hit that sub button for PSVR2 content for the most part. Okay, so No Man's Sky is this metaverse. I've just sold it to you as a space where you can go and make friends and meet up with people and spend time together in these virtual environments. Now, I don't want to oversell this completely, so I will put a cap on where the extent of this metaverse quote-unquote goes. Because as it stands, there isn't really a good way in-game apart from the anomaly to meet new people and party up with them. And even then, the voice chat can be a little strange, and I would say games like Pavlov, Breaches, Phasmophobia, those sorts of experiences are a little better for finding and meeting new people. But for returning players and people who just want to jump into a video game with a friend or family, No Man's Sky is fantastic. And I'm going to tell you why through a story with my brother. We play quite a few games together, but the only game that's playable in flat screen and VR while being able to jump in the same world simultaneously is No Man's Sky, that we both enjoy at least. This is what is known as a hybrid game, and No Man's Sky is a fantastic example of that.
What is that?
Over the past week or so, we spent a couple of hours on most days that we could exploring No Man's Sky. He's quite a big No Man's Sky player, has grinded for a lot of great items and ships, and was generally showing me the ropes of things that I'd missed in the game, like certain planet types, black holes, and mechanics in the game that I, as a more creative and exploratory player, have kind of missed out on.
Holy shit, that's so cool. That's fucking crazy. Oh, it's distorting my ship, yeah. All of my HUD is getting wibbled. Right, do you want to just send it in? That's so freaky. Oh. I'm going through the event horizon.
And while playing through this, jumping through black holes, which are terrifying by the way, and I've never done in VR before, so that was an experience. And between fishing trips of heading down to a luxurious planet and being able to sit there and fish in VR while he fishes in non-VR in the same world and seeing each other, and him being able to see my movements and me back at him, it kind of hit me that this was the game that I always wanted in terms of catching up with people, at least people who enjoy this type of space game. Of course, No Man's Sky isn't for everybody, but the amount of things you can do here is simply insane to think about. We found a volcano planet and decided to create a base to live in that overlooked a bunch of the volcanic eruptions. We found an ocean planet and decided to fish for an hour or two. And when we got bored of that, we could jump between black holes or chill on his main freighter staring out into space. It was simply mind-blowing. When I started seriously getting into VR back on PSVR1, I played the Battlefront VR mission. That was an exclusive to the PS4 and the PSVR1, and essentially had you flying around dogfighting and doing a Battlefront style mission, but in virtual reality, and that eventually led on to Squadrons becoming a real fully fledged out experience. But while playing that as a kid, I thought, man, it would be incredible if I had a game where I could do this sort of spaceflight, but I could also see a friend. Maybe on the flat screen or in VR, sitting down in a hangar watching me fly around, and when I land and get out, he'll be there waiting for me. That sort of interaction really stuck with me, and I was waiting for a game to really get to that point where that was possible in virtual reality and flat, and It really hit me the other day that No Man's Sky is that. I can fly past the bridge of his capital ship and he can see me as I come into approach to land. And that is mind-blowing.
I was trying to land and somebody else landed before me. I just crashed into them and somebody spazzing out. Oh my god, I've just been hit by somebody on their way out. I'm upside down.
Even outside of the small interactions like that, you can transform No Man's Sky into a fishing game where you can see what catches you can get, just like Animal Crossing, for example. You can create some fantastic looking settlements and bases and create guilds and clubs like I've seen some people do online that are absolutely fantastic, and I don't know how they make structures that look as good as this. You can take on missions and quests and go and do combat if you'd like to. You can take on pirate dreadnoughts, and that is a spectacle to behold in virtual reality. And also, when your controllers run out or your eyeballs start melting, you can take that headset off, head onto the flat screen and sit back at a distance with the normal controller and pick up the action right where you left it off. It is genuinely one of the most seamless experiences I've ever had in VR, and it really only hit me the other day how great it is with another person all the time.
Alright, time to detonate. I'm gonna blow it up.
And that ends my little rant about No Man's Sky. It's been a while since I've actually talked about it in a video like this that wasn't me actually in the game. This is with hindsight. I'm not experiencing something for the first time. I'm not traveling like I usually am through the galaxy in my normal videos. I've really let it sit with me for a while, and by God, the game is crazy. All I can hope for is that the spiritual sequel to No Man's Sky from Hello Games, Light No Fire, also comes with PSVR2 and full VR support on all platforms it can, because it truly deserves to have it. Games like this just excel in VR, and apparently on the PS5 Pro, from what I'm hearing, it is running fantastically as well, which is great to hear. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members who are all on screen right now. Without them, I would not be here, and I hope to see you all in the next one.